Concept qualification is one of the crucial steps which helps in identifying if the venture makes any business sense or not. This is the magic sheet. Everything up to the moment was the preparation. If you look at the canvas, there are 14 parameters in a particular sequence. Each box has a relationship with its neighbor. To respect that, we had to place them in a manner as presented. The sequence of questioning is important here, and equally important is the connectivity and dependence. Looking at the entire canvas, the upper row of boxes is all about functional or execution. And the lower row is all about financial aspects. Each financial box is primarily related to the functional boxes just above. To build a good concept qualification sheet, simply start with box number 1, which is value proposition, and keep going to end up with break-even point, that is box number 12. Then there are two more boxes which I will cover in a while. But before that, let's jump back to box number 1. Boxes 1 and 2 can come from the value proposition canvas discussed earlier. As you go through, you will have to make assumptions, research data, make selections, and even iterate halfway through. Make sure to list all assumptions made along the way. If you cannot decide on a number, you can pick a range with some level of confidence. This margin must decrease as you continue to iterate and do more research. If the break-even does not make a proper business case, think about where in the upper row you can make changes to adjust the equation in the lower row. For this, you may even end up going back to redefine your value proposition, and that is okay if you do not compromise on the objective. At any point, make sure you do not lose the connection across the boxes. At every change, you must ask if it affects anything in the neighboring box. Until you balance this out, you do not have a qualified concept. Now, here are some common mistakes we would like for you to consciously avoid. Filling the boxes in order you understand rather than as numbered. Ignoring the top row while filling out the bottom row. Making up the numbers without any basis. Choosing to take an unrealistic market share. Just because you love the idea, it does not mean you can capture all the market. Generally, it takes a few iterations before it begins to make sense, with some unknown numbers. It is best done as a team of subject matter experts, sales and marketing, and finance guys. Good ones take about 40 to 80 hours of effort over 2 weeks of research as a team. Most of us will struggle with creating the concept qualification sheet in the beginning. Its simplicity is deceptive. You need to understand the current state of the art and the trends using a search across internal and external resources. If you find a lot of information, then you're probably looking at an older problem. If you find nothing, then you could be well ahead of your time. In today's context, there is a spurt of multidisciplinary development. So, look across disciplines and domains to often find a wealth of knowledge in peripheral domains. The information sources include company internal knowledge base of experience and feedback, external published literature, government-funded projects, conferences, information service providers with access to special databases, experts in your network. Once you get the data or a range and the concept appears to qualify, you should meet and review for dependability and confidence. It will not be accurate. However, with assumptions, it should still make good sense to kick off a project. This is why it is called qualification. Now, let us take the example of home office setup, which is our venture. For better understanding, I have already filled the data for you. You can see all the captured data on the right side. If you wish to edit the data, click on this button. Edit it and save it. If you wish to delete it, you can do that too by clicking on this button. Now, under value proposition, I have already captured the data with an assumption and followed a nominal approach. Let's jump to market segments now and see here I have captured data with all kinds of approaches. This is why they are appearing in different colors. Data with conservative approach would show up in gray color. Data with nominal approach would show up in blue color. And those with the aggressive approach would show up in red color. Let's see what I have captured in my other boxes. Use the eye to view what the concept qualification sheet will look like. Please check that all the neighboring boxes are consistent with each other.